I've got no phone reception at all. I'm surrounded by bush, can't see any people, let alone a shop or two. To be honest, I'm not even really sure I'm allowed to be here. No schools or supermarkets, a ban on fences, a permit required just to have a dog. This top secret hamlet northeast of Melbourne isn't exactly your average suburb.
It's Australia's only environmental living zone. It's a one-off and it's unique.
Alan Bonney has been living in the zone for almost 30 years and must abide by strict regulations to preserve the native bushland. What does it sort of mean in practical terms?
Like a national park, no fencing, no non-Indigenous planting, no introduced animals, dogs, cats, sheep, cattle, donkeys, goats, anything you like.
Homes must blend into the natural surrounds, feature subdued tones and not exceed 5 metres in height. So what is it like living with that list of rules?
We embraced it. It's a unique existence that provides living in a national park. You just don't get that anywhere else.
Well, thank you very much for having me here. I can't wait to see inside. Artist Honor and Sid moved to the Bend of Islands in 1979, trading their high-paying city jobs for a tree change.
Lifestyle's more important than the big dollar in the sky. Yeah. I think I love the fact that the bush was going to be protected. I really love the fact that we've got all these really unusual birds and animals and things right here, and yet we can be in town in 45, 50 minutes. And then there's social groups like music groups, yoga groups, film groups. So we have movies up at the CFA shed.
You've got the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
If you're liking the sound of living in a bushland paradise with friendly neighbours and koalas and wombats on the doorstep, wait until you see the houses. This Santa Fe-style mud brick home is currently on the market, and it was built by Tom and Carol Ann in the 1980s, using bricks they crafted by hand.
We collected mud from all over the place and stomping on it, the form comes off and you've got your brick waiting to go. And so you do that 6,000 times.
Oh, just 6,000 times?
And you got a house.
If you put a nick in the mud brick walls, you can cover it up with a little bit of mud afterwards. Or if you have robust kids who do that sort of thing.
The home is believed to contain only one right angle.
Well, you can look for it.
Well,
the great hunt for the right angle.
I'm just saying it's just very interesting.
And part of that was because part of the designing was done by an architect, a relative of ours, who had spent time in Palestine in the 1940s during the Second World War and was very familiar with building in earth. That accounts for some of the arches and curves.
A passive solar greenhouse helps keep energy bills down.
Basically, in the cooler weather, as long as it's sunny, it acts as a kind of heat bank. We've got the mud brick walls, which retain heat very well there. We can send that heat in through those louvers that you see, which go into the kitchen.
Theirs is one of only 2 properties for sale in the Bend of Islands, so this 3-bedroom mud brick is a rare find. But not leaving anytime soon are Honor and Sid.
I just have a tiny bit, sweetheart.
Okay.
What a spot to have a coffee.
I have no desire to go anywhere else at all.
We're going to be buried under that little rock there.
That one?
Sure. Or that one, the one you've got your foot on, that one.
Oh, I better take my foot off it.
I think a lot more people are going to be coming around to this way of life and not just being integrated more with our natural environment, but living so much more sustainably. So I heard only, 3 houses sold there last year?
It's very tightly held. I mean, it's such a unique thing. I mean, how many places have people built the houses themselves with mud and, bricks that they've stomped themselves? It's crazy.
That's it. And it is a community, or what do you think? There's about 300 people
Yeah, about
there?
that. And it is. They're really into the community side of it. But that mud brick property, 44 Katani Drive, Bend of Islands, is still for sale with an asking price of around $800,000. So if you're into it, have a look.
I love that. And I found another one. It's not really in a community, but this house, it's a property in the Blue Mountains. And it's got to be the ultimate treehouse. The owners, faced with having a 100-year-old gum tree right on the spot that they wanted to build, came up with the novel solution of not chopping it down, but building around the home. And the result, as you can see, is absolutely stunning.
It's incredible.
There it is, 4 bedrooms, and the price guide is around $1.6 million. So look at that. I mean, you're right there, integrated
What
into
a
the bush.
fantastic thing to do, to save a beautiful gum tree like that and have a really beautiful house too.
That's it. Now, if you would like to know anything, of course, about the houses that you're seeing, or if you'd like to find out what you think your property is worth, all you've got to do is jump on the Domain app or go to domain.com.au/owners and you can find out more. You know, you might be pleasantly surprised what your house might be worth.